Hello everyone and welcome back guys to round 3 of our MotoGP21 Let's Play, where today we're here back for the US Grand Prix here from the Circuit of the Americas. Yes, we're finally going back to a track we know from the Formula 1 world, but obviously if you missed out on the last video from Argentina, I would definitely recommend going back and checking out, having a quick look at the Drivers' Championships at this early stage of the season. We have moved our way up into 11th place after a really solid round last time out there. We're hopefully going to be able to try and pick up some big points, try and hopefully battle for the championship. You can see right at the top of your standings, Pedro Acosta already 15 clear ahead of John McPhee there. Teams-wise, we don't have the best team in the world. We're currently sat in P8 at 14 as well there, but hopefully, obviously, we can try and drag the team further up the order as well then. But yeah, let's head in then to round 3 of the year from the US circuit.
Welcome to the state of Texas. We're at the Circuit of the Americas, where everything's ready to kick off a brand new weekend of Grand Prix motorcycle racing. Let's not waste any more time. The first free practice has already begun, and we're about to see the first riders out on track. At the moment, the track is covered with thick banks of clouds, but the weather forecast for this session seemed to rule out any risk of rain.
Right, well, here we are then, ready for our first laps of the US Grand Prix circuit on a bike on MotoGP21. And that is already not the best run out of the final corner then. It's always a bit weird going back to a track that obviously I'm so used to racing in Formula 1 cars and even a bit on iRacing as well. So just how early we have to brake in pretty much every corner around here does make things rather interesting on a bike as you tip it through turn 1. We got it slowed down pretty perfectly there, if I do say so myself. A big wheelie on the way down the hill. But yeah, a massive thank you as well as we jump into this video, obviously for those of you guys that don't watch so much the F1 content, for 14,000 subscribers as well. Obviously we've managed to hit that over the space of this week, so yeah, greatly appreciated as well. And obviously if you aren't already, please do get yourself subscribed as well. Of course, the next goal of 15k, would really love to hit that over the coming weeks and months. The Turkey section is definitely not flat out on a bike, but it's actually closer than I thought it would be. I thought we'd have to brake a lot on the way through there. Unfortunately, you can't quite hit the IndyCar lines as well, as we still end up accidentally taking the IndyCar lines. And that's going to be our first lap invalidated. But we're getting to grips with it. Not actually as different as I thought it would be from a Formula 1 car, but obviously these things are incredibly, well, not incredibly slow. I'd still be absolutely scared to death going on one of these in real life. But yeah, they're still, I mean, we're setting 226s. Obviously, I'm still trying to tweak the AI, but it does seem to be pretty balanced. All the quick changes of direction around here really do make this a very difficult lap to try and get fully hooked up, as we take a lot of curb through the penultimate corner. Final turn, though. Can we get it all tidy? Can we get a good run up towards the line? Yes, we can. It's going to be a 1:24.7 there. Currently fastest by 1.2, but we're still early on in the session. Well, there we go. Then we do go fastest at the end of FP1 there. John McPhee and Pedro Acosta, they're the two guys at the top of the championship, both able to get within 1 second of us, though. So a little bit closer, a little bit more balanced than last week. Qualifying, though, is meant to be in the wet, so we'll wait and see as to how this goes. Yeah, let's dive in then here, straight into Q2 once more.
Everything's ready for the second qualifying session. In a while, we'll see the 14 riders who qualified from free practice and the 4 from first qualifying out on track together.
So, having a quick look then at your qualifiers, you can see it was, of course, myself, McPhee, Rodrigo Acosta, Binder, Masaya Suzuki, Artigas, Salak, Antonelli, Mino, Guevara, Toba, Garcia, and then finally from Q1 was Jeremy Alcoba, Rusai Yamanaka, Dennis Foggia, and then Denis Onku as well. But yeah, first ever time racing in the wet on MotoGP21. Let's see how well this goes. Right, we're rounding the final corner then, ready to start our very first lap in the wet. How difficult is this going to be? Top time so far, 2:47.4. So we're running, what, a minute 20 slower than a Formula 1 car? Pretty much, yeah, double the time around this circuit as we head back up in towards T1. Try and go for as much straight line braking as possible. Do still get it slowed down fairly nicely through the first corner, but again, just got to be so temperamental on the throttle as we head out of the first turn there. It's actually, the grip levels aren't too vastly different in a lot of places, I feel. It'll just be pretty much everywhere you're losing a lot of time there, especially as you try and slow down. Back end kicks out. Oh, come on. Big wobbles in a lot of places, but we're keeping it on the black stuff so far. Oh, heading through the kink, even there, we're having to make a big old lift. But we do hold on to it. We should get a rough idea of how well we're doing. As we come towards the end of split 2, try and clip the curb nice and tidy. Oh, big wobble though. As you try and get on the power, where are we so far? We are 7 seconds up. I'm not sure what's happened there. We are absolutely flying in this wet session though. And in the final couple of corners though, how big is this gap going to be as we head up towards the line? You look at Guevara in front of us and he's done a pretty bang tidy lap, to be fair. We haven't taken much out of him. Round the final corner though, up towards the line, it is going to be a 2:32. 15 seconds clear of Pedro Acosta. If the gaps stay like that, I am very, very worried. Yeah, I'm not too sure what to say about that in the end. Pole position by 14.6 seconds around the US Grand Prix circuit then. Everyone else pretty close still, that must be said. Acosta in P2 ahead of Mino, Messiah, Alcoba, Suzuki, Rodrigo, Binder, Garcia, and then rounding out your top 10 is John McPhee. But hopefully the race is a bit more balanced, because that was kind of insane.
Hello from Austin. We're here in Texas, and in just a few minutes we'll be bringing you the Moto3 race. Despite the clouds building up overhead, track conditions are good, and the forecasts say that the risk of rain is pretty low. A few more minutes to go now, and the Moto3 race will begin. We're here at the starting grid, waiting for the riders to get the signal to start the warm-up lap.
Right, well here we are then, ready for round 3 of the year. From the Circuit of the Americas, we'll quickly make obviously a few setup tweaks ready for this race. I'm still just going to go hard, just in case we get any issues with the tyres. And then, of course, we will absolutely brim the tank as well to make sure we can get right the way through to the end. Don't think we need to do anything else, though, with it. Hopefully we should be good, ready for the round 3 of the championship. If it goes anything like qualifying, it's going to be quite a boring run at the front, but practice pace was pretty even from a lot of people. There we are on pole. Didn't think I'd be saying by 14 seconds, I'll be honest, but championship leader Acosta alongside us there. You see John McPhee probably not happy starting down in 10th. But yeah, most people on the mediums, few people also on the hards. Duper Squire there, you can see on the double hards as well as myself, and then a few guys right towards the back. Actually on some soft tyres as well. But yeah, let's get ready then.
The green flag, the riders gather their final thoughts and get ready to race another US Grand Prix here at Austin.
Right, here we are then. Round 3 of the season from COTA. It must admit, it's very, very weird having COTA near the start of the calendar, but it is 10 red lights, and it's 5 green ones, and it's lights out, and away we go. Hopefully we can try and get lap 1 a little bit better than we were able to last time. There you can see Acosta still going to have a look up the inside in towards turn 1. We're just going to be nice and cautious, give people the room. Oh, we almost got boxed in there on the exit of turn 1. We do hold on, and we've only lost, what, we're down to 6th place. This time around. There's a little bit of contact with Messiah. We'll back out of that one as we head in towards the S's for the first time. Let's just see how well everyone else handles it through here, as we're just struggling to get the bike rotated over where we need it. At the moment, this is just all the muscle memory that we still need to learn. There is no one running as wide through what is normally the exit. It's still the exit sector 1, in all fairness, but obviously the sector times have all changed around here. So if I accidentally make F1 references, you'll know why. Anyway, out of Sector 1 though, we're still in P6 for now, so you can see the bike tries to lift up. I'm going to run a little bit wide there. Oh, big wobble as we try and get back on the track. Why is everyone taking those weird lines in towards the corner? We had Rodrigo trying to look up the inside there. He's actually going to barge us a bit wide, and we're going to get hung out to dry as both he and Garcia get past us. What is the straight line speed like though? Normally very, very strong on this bike. We'll go down the middle, and we will reclaim our P6. In this race down, we will start to close up the gap to the top guys. Whoa! Oh, that's not good. Oh, that was not good. I was not expecting Rodrigo, I think that was to go for that, into there, but he did. And that has sent us right back into P22 of the race. So not what we needed, but we got to just keep our head down and focused. Toba tries to have a look at the inside. That's going to be our first track limits warning of the day as well. As we head in towards the final couple of corners. Come on, move on, get on with it. But yeah, been shuffled right back to the rear there as Rodrigo went for a lunge of the highest proportions. Round the outside of Toba in towards the final corners. Not quite enough. Yes, no, we found the grip. Thank you very much. We'll whack it up into max revs. And now we've really got to try and push to get back towards the front. P22 at the end of lap 1. Alright, let's see if we can try and make up some spots back through the S's then as we have a look at the inside of the Felon. Oh, big wobble from the back end of the bike there, but we do hold on to it somehow. And we do make the place work, because again, we're just all over the road, and he'll have that place back very quickly. Gotta keep our head down, focus, but keep it clean and tidy still. Right, now we've got to try and get a good run as we try and get the switch back on him. That's not a warning, come on. That's a bit ridiculous, but we are still going to get huge overspeed on him as we head up the back straight. But I don't even want to get close to the white line anymore in case we get another penalty in this race. But can we get past Garcia as well? Hopefully going to be able to have a look for something nice and late on the brakes as the bike gets a bit light over the bumps. We do hold on though. And we're up into 20th once more. Can we have a bit of a look past Antonelli as we head in towards the final sector of the lap? It's the second time that's happened this race. That one probably more my fault though. I apologise profusely to Antonelli. And unfortunately, yeah, that's going to pretty much put him at the rear. Goodbye, Deep Esquire, and hopefully Binder and Rodrigo as well as we head back down towards turn 1. I've still got no idea why they're all going to the inside there. Are they trying to avoid the bump through the first corner? Oh, hoo, hoo. We absolutely split them there as we're under the 16th place, Yamanaka. Next bike just in front of us, but again, we do need to look after the rubber. We do also need to try and avoid getting any penalties. Rodrigo's go back past us. Deep Esquire tries it as well as again, we just get another big kick from the back end. We'll have to slot back into line. Right, come on. Another big run as we head down the back straight. It's a bit weird still the way the AI work. The fact that it's just so slow down the straight. But we've got to be able to capitalise on it when we can there. Goodbye. Goodbye to you as well. Yamanaka, see you in a bit, mate. John McPhee, second in the championship. We'll switch to the outside. Oh, don't want to be braking on the curbs. Do not want to be braking on the curbs. We'll try and bring it back over. As we do get, oh, John McPhee. That was all on him as someone else went down at the same time. This race is carnage so far. Everyone just seemingly taking each other out. But out of all that, we're over to P14. Another lap. Hopefully another big opportunity to make up some places as we head out onto the back straight. Koffler now just in front of us as he actually gets quite a good run on Yamanaka. We'll hopefully be able to look past these two though. Move ourselves over to 12th place. We are almost back up inside the top 10, which I think is probably going to be a fair aim at the end of this one. There seems to be a group of bikes of about maybe 5, I want to say, that are quite far out in front. So maybe we can get behind them, get past everyone else, it'll be okay. Fanatec, now the next guy just in front of us as we head through Sector 3. Another new fast lap of the race as we are tearing it up at the moment. Goodbye Fanatec, hopefully goodbye Foggier as well. As we head back up in towards turn 1. Can we get it stopped? We'll have a look, do the old up and under. Yes, there we go. As we cross over the halfway stage in this race, back up inside the top 10. Can we get under Fernandez as well? A little bit of contact, but we do get away with it. And next up then is Rossi. We are still just getting absolutely dive bombed everywhere by everyone at the moment. Foggy again tried to have a bit of a look as we're now closing up to the back of Rossi. Can we get a good run on him? Very, very unlucky surname to have in MotoGP. I'm guessing he's not related to Valentino. But anyway, past him, past Guevara as well. As, yeah, now we're up into 7th place of this race. Sasaki seems to have been able to find himself in no man's land at the moment. But yeah, still only on the 2 warnings, though, that we got in the first couple of laps, which is rather good. Hopefully we can keep it that way as we get towards the end of this race. As soon as I say that. As soon as I say that. Somehow setting another fastest lap in this race, as hopefully we're going to have a look past Sasaki back down in towards turn 1. Hopefully we can get past him, get it slowed down nice and tidily though. Oh, a bit of a wobble, but we do get it hooked up. Oh, again, as he just tries to keep the nose there. Got a couple of seconds, I think it's to Messiah. Next guy up the road, but hopefully we can close in. 2 laps to go as we close in on Messiah and Suzuki here. There might still be the chance of a podium, but we're going to need to absolutely keep it nailed between now and the end of this race as we try and get the bike slowed down. Oh, Suzuki, there are a lot of contacts on the exit of turn 1. We will get in front of him. Can we keep the nose tidy though? Tyres, yeah, like I said, definitely going off. Even more contact between us as we battle over who gets where the piece of track real estate, but we do make the move work. Onto the final lap then of this race here from COTA. We're 3 seconds back from Alcoba. I think P4 is all we're going to be able to get at the end of the day there. As I think Suzuki, yeah, Suzuki must have had issues, all fallen off. Because he has dropped way back down the order once again into 7th place. But, yeah, for us, though, it's been another good recovery drive. Or ride, even, sorry, I should say. But I just want to be fighting at the front and fighting for wins, because Alcoba looks like he's going to make it 3 from 3. Around in the final few corners then here from COTA. Again, it's another good points finish, but we just need to start trying to take points out of Alcoba if we want to be battling for the championship here. He is going to make it 3 from 3 by the looks of it, with Mino right behind him as we head in towards the final few turns. We're being very, very careful not to try and pick up that 5th track limits warning. Alcoba looks like he's going to come through for P3 ahead of myself and Guevara in the top 5 there. But round in the final corner, it's 1st to 4th here from COTA. When, oh when, are we going to get the luck for a win?
While the riders complete their lap of honour, let's take a look at the final classification of the Moto3 race.
So there we go then, it is Pedro Acosta who takes the dub ahead of Mino, Alcoba, myself and Guevara. Ayumi Sasaki in 6th place. No, I do not want to restart. Suzuki in 7th ahead of Fanati, Binder and Yamanaka there, rounding out your top 10 there with Fernandez, Foggia, Koffler, Artigas and Riccardo Rossi picking up your final point scoring positions there. John McPhee, originally P2, is definitely not going to be there after that 17th place finish there. Our teammates come through Toba in 19th. And then you can see just how many bikes didn't make it to the end. Messiah, Salak, Onku, Kunai, Tatai, Nepa and Izdahar all not making it through the end thanks to crashes there. That means for us, championship-wise, we're up inside the top 10. We're up into 9th place now, as Pedro Acosta has pretty much got twice the points of anyone else at this stage of the season there. Andre Mino moves up into P2 there. Guevara up into P3, just due through consistency there. John McPhee down to 4th ahead of Alcoba, still tied on 30 points apiece. Messiah still in 6th. Suzuki holds on to 7th place ahead of Rodrigo. And yeah, well, like I said, myself down in 9th, and then Artigas down 4 places into 10th there. You can see the rest of your riders that have scored points. 21 of the 29 now with points on the board. Teams-wise, we're still in 8th. The only movers there this weekend was Rivacole's Snipers, overtaking Sick 58 Squadra Corsa, as while they're 36 versus 31, as we're just 1 point ahead of Sterogard and Max Racing Team, as while they're in, yeah, KTM Aju even, sorry, I should say, on 97 points there, 42 clear at the top of the standings, as while they're only Real and Honda still yet to score. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and yeah, we'll be back very, very soon. We're round 4 of the championship. Not quite sure where we're heading next, but I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. A big thank you to our channel members for making these videos possible. You can be featured in these end clips as well as granted access to some other exclusive perks for just £1 a month by clicking the join button below.